There is one thing that has stopped folding phones from taking over the smartphone market since Samsung launched the first Galaxy Fold in 2019. The Crease. Every folding phone ever made, every Samsung Fold, every Motorola Razr, every Huawei Mate X has had a visible line running down the center of the screen where the display bends. In a device that costs over $1,000 and is supposed to represent the future of mobile technology, it is an embarrassing limitation that no amount of marketing has been able to explain away. Samsung just fixed it, and the implications are larger than most people realize. Folding phones are not a niche product. They are the most significant change in smartphone form factor since Apple made the screen the entire front face of the device in 2007. A phone that unfolds into a small tablet, fitting in a pocket but expanding to a screen large enough for serious productivity, solves a problem that every smartphone user has encountered: the frustration of trying to do real work on a screen designed primarily for consumption. The market for folding phones has grown every year since Samsung launched the category, but growth has been limited by two persistent criticisms. The crease was visible and distracting, and the durability of the folding mechanism over time was uncertain. Samsung's latest generation addresses both. The crease is, for the first time, genuinely difficult to see under normal viewing conditions. The hinge mechanism has been redesigned to extend the tested lifespan of the folding motion. The device is also waterproof to a meaningful depth rating. These are not incremental improvements to an existing product. Together, they remove the reasons that mainstream buyers were hesitant. Eliminating the crease required solving a material science problem that Samsung and its display suppliers have been working on for 6 years. The crease forms because the polymer layer that makes the display flexible has a memory. It wants to return to its flat state, and the stress of repeated folding creates a permanent deformation at the fold line. The solution requires making the polymer thin enough that the bending stress does not accumulate, while keeping it thick enough to protect the display layers underneath. Samsung displays new ultra-thin glass substrate, a layer of glass less than 30 micrometers thick, thinner than a human hair, replaced the polymer as the outermost display layer in the latest generation. Glass does not accumulate bend memory the way polymer does. The crease that formed in polymer displays does not form in glass, because glass either bends or breaks, and at 30 micrometers, it bends. The hinge mechanism was redesigned in parallel to apply uniform tension across the fold line, rather than concentrating stress at a single point. The combination of the new substrate and the new hinge is what produces the creaseless result visible in the device. Samsung commands roughly 85% of the global folding phone market. Apple has not released a folding phone. Google's Pixel Fold exists but has not moved beyond a niche product for enthusiasts. The crease fix matters for Samsung's position, specifically because it removes the most commonly cited reason for not buying a folding phone from a buyer who is otherwise interested in the form factor. The unit economics favor Samsung's move aggressively into this category. Folding phones carry significantly higher margins than standard smartphones. The Galaxy Z Fold line has an average selling price nearly 3 times that of the Galaxy S series. If the crease elimination converts even a fraction of standard smartphone buyers into folding phone buyers, the revenue impact is substantial. Apple is the more interesting story. The company has been developing a folding iPhone for years, according to multiple credible reports, and has been waiting for display technology to mature enough to meet its standards. Samsung's creaseless display, produced by Samsung Display, which supplies panels to multiple companies including Apple, puts pressure on Apple's timeline. A folding iPhone with a creaseless display is no longer waiting on a technology that does not exist. The technology exists. The question is whether Apple's industrial design team is ready to build a product around it. The form factor argument for folding phones has always been about productivity, but the crease prevented the argument from being convincing. A folding phone that opens to a 7.6-inch display is a device on which someone can read a full document, run 2 applications side by side, or watch video in a format that actually resembles a screen rather than a letterboxed window. These are tasks that people currently perform on tablets, a separate device that requires a separate purchase and a bag to carry it. The value proposition of folding phones is not that they replace laptops. It is that they replace the tablet as the secondary screen, the device that sits between the phone and the computer in the hierarchy of devices most people carry. At a price point approaching standard premium smartphones rather than the early adopter premium that defined the first generations, that value proposition becomes economically coherent for a much larger audience. The first generation of folding phones was for early adopters who were willing to pay a premium for the future before it was ready. The creaseless generation is for everyone else. Smartphones have not fundamentally changed in form since 2007. The screen got bigger, the camera got better, and the processor got faster. But the rectangle of glass in a pocket is the same object it was 15 years ago. Folding phones were supposed to change that. The crease stopped them from doing so. The crease is gone. The smartphone market is about to see the most significant form factor shift in a generation, and it is starting with a hinge.